KT Studios, God-Defier, Fire Studios, all kinds of boxes, all kinds of names, but we know who this is. It's Goku Black. Let's check him out.
And here we go.
Hang on, what the?
Hold your fire! This man isn't black!
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The Dimensiona God-Defier version 1C, if that matters. Mine just has the pink hair and the black hair, but we'll talk about that more here in a minute. So far, this is not a bad one. I really love the hair sculpt that we'll look at here in a minute. This and the Vito Forge kind of had a battle of who's making the best third-party Goku Black. I think the verdict is in, and this one is better. I know that Vito Forge had a little bit of issues. Not that this one ain't perfect, because it's not. There's some stuff we need to talk about. So let's just get right into it. You've seen its 3 packages, but I'll go over it really, really quick. I kind of like this one. It says God-Defier and some fun little font there. The unfairness of heaven and earth, I will go against the odds or whatever. Whoever it's quoting, I guess it's Goku Black. Decent enough, no window. KT Studios, same thing. Bunch of languages I don't speak on the back, not that big of a deal. And Fire Studio that did the face sculpt. Cute little pink package right here. Looks like it came out of a woman's store. Anyways, let's take a look at Goku Black here, or Goku Rose as he is in this form, and I really, really like it. Before we get into his aesthetic, let's do some side-by-sides really quick. Here he is with the SH Figure Arts Real Deal, the old school, Goku Black right here, and he is a little bit taller if you can see that, so that's kind of cool. That doesn't bother me, but not too shabby. Here's the other SH, well, one of the other SH Figure Arts versions with that kind of pearlescent kind of hair and that purple hue. I know that Dimensiona made a version like this as well, and they look good. And here he is with a $15 bootleg that I bought, and can you tell which one's the bootleg? This guy is a teetotal mess, but I bought it anyway, and it looks okay. I actually want to do some side-by-sides really quick with this hair sculpt. Here he is with a several-year-old demoniacal fit hair sculpt right here, and I think it holds up pretty well. I think this one actually looks a little bit nicer because I like the paint on it, but that one looks pretty good. And of course, here he is with the Real Deal one. Back in the day, everybody was losing their mind wanting this head sculpt right here, and you can see why it looked really cool. But this one's got a lot more detail and stuff. Back then, SH Figure Arts wasn't putting that much detail in. But let's talk about this one. I like it. It's darker at the bottom, with the darkest, God, I can't talk, pink down here, and it goes into a little bit lighter pink and then almost to a white out on the tips. Looks really, really nice. Tons of detail to it. Nice volume. I like the bangs and everything like that. I like the face sculpt that I picked on it, but that I put on it, that I picked out. But we'll look at the other ones here in a minute. The sculpt of the gi. Not too bad. Lots of details and wrinkles and stuff in it, so it looks pretty good. I like the details of the arm. They definitely gave him bigger, more muscular arms. I don't know if that necessarily holds up. He kind of had scrawny arms in the show, but it looks good. Nice detail in the chest. Definitely down here looks pretty good. I don't know if I really like the sculpt of these pant legs, to be quite honest with you. That just, to me, that looks a little weird. It just looks baggy and bunched up or something. The older ones did it a little bit, but not to this extreme. I'm not sure how I like it. And then the all white boots, they look just fine. Overall, his look isn't too bad. I mean, it's Goku Black, and he's a fan favorite. Everybody, for some reason, really, really liked Goku Black, and this is definitely a nice representation of him. But let's take a look at some other stuff. Now, for accessories, he comes with 2 different head sculpts. We've already looked at the Rose hair sculpt that looks really nice. It has an exchangeable bang piece that I actually think is painted a little better than the other one. And of course, the base form Goku head sculpt that looks really good, in my opinion. Lots of detail on it. He gets 12 different face plates, 6 of them for the Rose head sculpt, and they all look really good. All the expressions are nice. It even has a battle damage one with some blood. And then the other 6 are for the base form head sculpt, and they all look really good as well. One of them has some battle damage on it also. He's got the cross arms attachment. I'm not a big fan of them, but it is there and it's sculpted decently enough. He's got an exchangeable skirt piece that looks pretty good. I like it. He's got 14 different hands, all kinds of open style pose hands that look pretty darn good. One complaint: we only get one fist. That bugs me. We get two other hands that look like fists, but they have holes to grip two of his other accessories that we'll look at here in a minute. And he even has a hand holding up a tar earring that I think looks pretty cool as well. As for energy effects, we get three of them. He gets two of the sides. He gets one that's kind of a smaller than the other one, is a little bit more pointy, and it looks good. And then he gets a bigger one that kind of looks more like an extension of his energy sword as far as the little prongs coming off of it. It looks nice. And of course, we have the one right here where it actually clips onto his wrist like a hand, and it's his energy sword, and it's stabbing through like another hand. I think that's represent when he stabbed Vegeta through the stomach, maybe. And there's another place where you can actually clip that hand onto another figure. That looks pretty cool. Why we couldn't get the other part of the effect that like goes on the back of that other figure, that kind of sucks. But the little smoke energy looking effect to this is pretty nice, and I like it. Overall, this is a nice spread of accessories. This guy was between $60 and $70, if I'm not mistaken, on 5K Toys. That's a pretty good spread of stuff for that dollar amount. Now for his articulation, this is where we're gonna run into a little bit of stuff, but let's just start at the top. Of course, he's got a neck joint right there that's gonna be on a ball peg, so he's gonna look down really, really nicely. He's gonna look up halfway decent, slightly better than most Goku figures, even with that big full hair sculpt. And of course, the head's gonna move all around. That's because he's on a double ball peg. I would have liked to have seen that peg just a little bit longer. That would give us a little bit more range of motion, but it sets up in the head sculpt pretty good, so I don't really have that big of a complaint with it. And like I said, you can nuance it all around. Very, very well done. I like it. Shoulders, to 90, so that's not too terrible. These though, like, it's tight and you can do it, but you can do a full 360, but this cap right here kind of gets in the way a little bit. Sometimes different companies that do this type of thing that kind of encases the shoulder where it plugs in gets in the way of that, but it's not that big of a deal, I suppose. It's got a butterfly that will bring the arms across the body halfway decent. Minimal gapping, but you can adjust that, so that's not that big a deal, so it looks pretty good. We've got bicep swivel, of course, double jointed elbow, plenty of range, so I like that, and the elbow looks good. Wrists are on a ball hinge, so you get rotation and movement, nothing crazy. Now under here, he does have a torso break, but you know, the gi top's gonna bind him up a little bit, so you get a minimal forward and back on it, and you do get twist on that ball peg down here in the waist, so you can do all the shimmying you want. This is floating, and you can exchange it like you saw there just a second ago. Legs, this, even though there's a split down the side of it, it does bind the legs a little bit, but if you force it and take your time, you can get them out to almost a complete full-on split with no dangle and stuff, so that's not too bad. Front kick does go above the waist, so I like that a lot. And under here, this is a soft booty piece right here, so you can kick his leg back, so that's not too bad as well. Thigh swivel underneath there. Double jointed knee. Tons of range, well, not tons of range, but good range, and I like it, and the proportions are good. But
What is that?
right here is a problem. I don't like this knee at all.
Nope.
And my suspicions were confirmed. I didn't like the way the pants looked, and this is why. Just look at that. That's not good at all. I don't like it. Anyway, tell me what you think down in the comments about that. I don't like it. No boot swivel. Ankle is actually not bad. It's a ball hinge, but you'll get foot all the way down. You actually get some up with it. You do get a rocker. No peg hole. Now the toe hinge, again, not very good. Huge step in there, and it's almost like the toes come up off the rest of the foot right through there, and I'm not that big of a fan of it. Couple of things could have been engineered a little bit differently. They probably could have done a little bit something different with that shoulder and made it a little more user friendly, so to speak. The torso, where he's got the the overlaying gi top, there's nothing that could be done about that. The ball peg and the waist works fine. Hips work really good. These knees, awful as could be. I'm not a big fan of that. That's not awesome. Ankles, the way they've done these, SH Figure Arts and other companies actually kind of need to take a page out of this, because these ankles for a Goku figure or just a Dragon Ball figure in general work pretty well. My final thoughts on this guy, of the two between this one and Vito Forge, definitely get this one. There's 3 different versions of this one. I know another one like this, but instead of the rose head, it has a regular Super Saiyan head, and another one that has that purple kind of hue on it. Pick one. They're all the same body, I'm pretty sure, and they all come with basically the same accessories minus the heads. pretty good. I'd say pick it up. I would recommend it. I don't know if it's still available on 5K Toys, but I'm sure you could find a version of this on AliExpress. Anyways, that is all I have got for this guy. Not a bad release. I'm happy I have it. This has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.